to go live. What the hell? So where YouTube had this new option where you could go in vertical and recommend vertical. I don't get it. Aren't you horizontal? You want to be this vertical application now? All good. Anyways, we are live right now, guys. Do ask me any of your questions, Ordinals related, BRC-20 related, and we'll take it from there. They had some news coming out with Unisat as well. I did cover that early this morning. Made a quick upload video, about a 7-minute video. Do check it out. Get updated on all of that information and those details because it is important. But nonetheless, so this live stream is about Ordinals and BRC-20 questions AMA. It's been at least probably what, five and a half months or so since we've done this, and I feel as though there's a lot of people right now that's kind of lost and they don't understand what we've been doing, what we've been building, why we've been building it, why we've been doing it. So I'm here to answer and address all of those, you know, uncertainties, so to speak. So let me know if that makes sense. Thomas, if you're here, or Devis, please share this in all of the various chats before I get started. I want to make sure that how people are here, at least some people are here, so you know they hear everything from the beginning. If you're watching the replay, do smash the like button. If you're watching the replay, do smash the subscribe button. Or if you're new to the channel and you're here in the live chat, also smash the like button and the subscribe button, because this is the Smart Money channel where we do have tomorrow's newspapers today. The channel that first brought you BRC-20 tokens from this very ride, from this very spot where people were saying, what's this guy talking about? Right? Well, I'm about to drop some more knowledge on you guys right now. I know anything new could be misunderstood, so I'm here to, you know, comb all of the hard things and weave it out for you and make sense of it, digestible, so you could understand it in the most simplistic way possible. I do see some people are coming in. Thanks so much for coming, guys. It's been a while. How's it going? Let me know what's up. This is your turn to ask the questions. We definitely do want to hit up the Sats Hunters, you know, Ordinal. What's behind that? What's going on? A lot of people are talking about, why, like, what's going on here? Is this a new collection? Not a new collection. Not a new collection. All of these things can be easily verified. This is why, you know, the blockchain is a sweet thing. All of these things can be easily verified on the inscription ID number. It is the sub 400K collection, the same collection we always had. You know, our intent was to come to market with a commercialized product all the way back in, what was it, April, okay? And we are delivering on that commitment and on that promise. That's what we're doing here. So I want to address that, number one. Number two, the SHNT token. I got a video coming out that probably will be released tomorrow. Obviously, I already uploaded a video on Unisat this morning, and I'm doing this live stream right now. So I don't think I'm going to do 3 in one day. That's not really ideal for the algorithm too, and for your content consumption, if that makes sense. Who do we got in the chat so far? Say what's up in the live chat. I appreciate you. We're back with the coffee, the Timmies, in the ride. That could only mean one thing. The College Mobile has opened up shop once again. Time to drop some more knowledge. I don't know, man. It's like, the problem with me is I got so much alpha, I got so much knowledge. When I spew it all out, it's like your brain swells up and it's like, what is he saying? Some people can't handle it. So I'm going to take it segment by segment and let you guys know what hat I'm wearing. Although I'm not wearing one right now, but I don't mean literally. But I'm going to take it, you know, step by step. And you guys will know exactly how this thing is going to work, okay? So we first start off, again, I'll repeat that once again for the people who are now joining. We must first start off with the Sats Hunters BRC-20 token and also the Ordinal, okay? To give you guys, to shed more light on this, okay? So yeah, some people are coming in. Let me just say what's up first before I start. That way we kind of stall more time. So we got Wisher1987 says, now is working, but link at Discord won't work. Yeah, so we need a new link in the Discord. Basically, I haven't gone live in such a long time. YouTube, they actually want you to go live vertical now, which is weird to me, at least. I don't know how long that's been changed. And that's like auto, you know, preset that way. So you have to go into the advanced settings and put horizontal. So that's what was going on there. And I'm not set up to do vertical streams, not in the ride anyways. So yeah, I had to like cancel that off, start a new stream. So Dev, please do drop a new link and delete the old one in all of the chats. My apologies. That's just how the configurations are set. So what car are you in, bro? This is my ride I've always had, the Escalade V series. What else we got here? Wisher says, happy to see you. Awesome health. Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, I actually had a little bit of a food poisoning not too long ago, but recovered from that. So praise the crypto gods on that. I can't miss out on this bull run. You know what I'm saying? Going to be the craziest one in 2024. I know we saw a little bit of a dip, and to be honest, guys, this is probably not going to happen. But if we were to go back down to like 35 to 30k, I mean, to see that where we are right now, like, I mean, what? We're like 20k away from the all-time high already, well before the halving, like a few months before the halving. The ETF stuff, I don't really give a shit about that. It's the same thing I was telling you guys back in 2018 about Backed, right? All of the mainstream tubers who just repeat what the other person is saying, they'll look at what a big tuber is saying, and they're like, okay, well, he's, you know, people are watching him, so I'm going to say the same stuff. So essentially, they'll consume that content, right? And then they'll repeat it, and then viewers repeat it, and then becomes an anthem. But that's not really how you foresee what's coming next. That's just being, it's called plagiarism, or it's called you have no talent or skill. You gotta just see what other people are saying and go with the flow. Whatever's popular, I'm gonna blow where the wind blows. That's not how I do it. So with Back, there was the same situation. A lot of people were talking about institutional money. It's gonna be the driving force for the bull run. That's what we need. It's not that. What we need to really happen for us is to have peer-to-peer transactions globally, okay? And that's going to have the real price discovery. All of these things of having corporations, you know, come in and make the decisions for us and big money influx. Well, isn't that what the banking system is? Why do you come to crypto for then if you want that? Stay where you are then, right? That's a traditional legacy world. So that rhetoric makes no sense to me whatsoever. So, I mean, I know it's not a question you're asking, but since we're kind of talking about it, I'll just finish my thought. So with the ETF, it's going to be a short-term gain, but long-term, it's not going to be good. So you're going to have, you know, all of these like newbies probably going to go buy Bitcoin when it's not really Bitcoin. They're just getting a certificate, you know, when you actually want the real asset, right, in your control in a hardware wallet, ideally, you know, or at least on an exchange, even though we don't recommend that. But what's even worse is you go into a bank, get an ETF, and you get a receipt for it or a certificate thinking you own Bitcoin. That's even worse than having it on a centralized exchange, okay? That's having it in the actual centralized embodiment Satoshi Nakamoto invented this, you know, protocol to get away from. So now you're going to have all this Bitcoin behind the walls of banks being pretty much controlled, and they're selling you the fake derivative, not even the actual Bitcoin. So that's whack. But initially, we'll see some good pumps, I guess, if it ever passes. Or maybe one could argue it's just another scheme for them to manipulate us. You know, get our hopes up and go down. It's like, Bitcoin ETF, yippee! The graphs go crazy. And after, okay, they come out with an announcement saying, well, there's no more Bitcoin ETF. Woo! It goes down. So they already got control of Bitcoin then. So people are fucking stupid if they're all for this Bitcoin ETF. They just don't know what this was really made for. Again, do you think Satoshi Nakamoto went like this? He was sleeping in his bed. He goes, I want to make Bitcoin so it could be sold in the banks. No, he didn't. So why is all your dumb fucking YouTubers who got all these big followings shelling Bitcoin ETFs? Because they're institutional money. Like, bro, you're fucking stupid. Just shut up. Like, get out of here. Go work in the fucking bank then. Go on Wall Street and fucking work for those guys. Go work for JP Morgan if that's what you want. So it's all bullshit. As I said, it'll be a nice short-lived pump, but I think in the years to come, it's going to do more harm than good. So just know what game you're playing, that's all. I know what game I'm playing, that's for sure. I always do. You guys know that. I'm all, like, the shit I say, guys, admit it. The shit I say at the beginning is unpopular. That's the hard opinion and thing to say. When something is unpopular, like BRC-20s, that time when I was saying it, it was unpopular. Do you know how much subscribers I lost at the beginning because of that? They thought I was talking about some bullshit. And then sure enough, that started to blow up. Then everybody else talks about it. That's easy to do once it's popular. And that's what most people do. They talk about things when it's easy to say or when it's popular. That's not how I do it. So I'm telling you guys right now, the Bitcoin ETF may sound nice and dandy now, but it's going to be short-lived. It's going to be short-lived. So, you know, make your gains, make your money. It's going to be a crazy bull run. We're going to see a lot of pre-sales. We're going to see some nice evolution in the BRC-20 space. I'm all for that. Domo was talking about Lightning Network channels and such. I already got my Lightning node hooked up. I'm going to give you guys content on that so you guys are ahead of the curve. There's a lot of bullshit being spoken about Lightning Network too. It's just people who are just misinformed, who don't really use it and don't really understand it. I think they were talking about when opening channels, somebody was losing money when they were sending funds, and that became a big thing on Twitter. It's a joke. So, you know, again, you got to pay attention to what the people or themselves are saying, like the guys like Domo. He's actually talking about Lightning Network being used with BRC-20s. It was on a Twitter video, and I know some people have seen that, so I could share that in the Sats Hunters chat. And speaking of Sats Hunters, in the chat, what are you guys seeing in this chat? Who do we got here? We got Steve. What up, Steve? He says, hey, bro, what's your thoughts on XRP? It's the big tuber coin. The big YouTuber coin. That's, bro. The only reason why the likes of XRP is still being talked about is because it's an anthem now. What do I say? Like, these big tubers, they got it. They got to shill their bags, and they're talking about it, and they always had it since like 2017, 2018. There's nothing special about XRP, in my humble opinion. There's nothing special. They watch content, they consume it, they repeat it, so people like you could ask about it. And then it takes on a life of its own because it becomes an anthem. To me, I don't really give a fuck about XRP. There's nothing special about that. Not to say like it won't pump and this and that, that's fine, but if you're talking about the actual underlying significance of it, the merit of it, it's nothing special at all, bro. It's just words on talk that people say this and that's about it. So, I don't know. It is what it is. You could probably still make some gains off of it because, you know, if I was able to convince people to buy, I don't know, the Mexican peso, seriously, if I was able to convince people to buy the Mexican peso, of course it's going to pump. If I could convince an entire country to buy the Mexican peso, of course it's going to pump. So, you know, if all of these tubers who got these subscribers could convince people to buy something, of course it's going to pump. Like, they'll tell you this. I'm not going to say names, whatever. It's like, there's YouTubers who got 500,000 subscribers, and they say, hey guys, I think this coin is going to pump. It's ABC token. That's the ticker, ABC. And then, you know, let's just say 100,000, 1/5 of their subscriber base goes and buys it. Of course it's going to pump. And then 4 days later, they'll say, hey guys, I told you it would pump. I told you it would pump. Look. Well, of course, 100,000 people just fucking bought it. So, yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, we won't rant about that stuff. You guys already heard enough of that shit. What's your thoughts on meme ordinals, which is the first meme coin? Yeah, I mean, like, I think at the time that was great and all, the meme coins, you know, at the beginning. And I think, you know, let's take a little history here with the BRC-20s. You know, we got to be honest here, right? With BRC-20s, this is how it is. You know, like, guys, I don't sugarcoat things, even if it's against me. I spit facts 360 degrees because I'm a realist, and when you're investing, you have to be like that. And when you're talking to people who might take your opinion serious, you gotta be like that. You have to be truthful, no matter if it's against you or for you. That's just how it is. And I'm not saying what I'm about to say is you know, related to what I just said here about, you know, speaking the truth, but, you know, at the beginning, the BRC-20 standard was truly an experiment, and, you know, we've seen the meme coins really blow up, you know. And why did we see that blow up? If you guys remember, there was that Pepe on Ethereum, right, that really did how many Xers, and that was like being spoken about everywhere. I think even Cointelegraph was talking about them. You know, it was like the talk of the town, and that coincided with the BRC-20 markets, like memes on Bitcoin, like Pepe, and whatever else was there. So we were, our BRC-20 meme coins was a direct beneficiary because of the Ethereum Pepe, right? Now, that being said, also, the BRC-20 standard actually was deployed and came out before the Ethereum Pepe. So it was this weird combination of they both benefited from each other. You know, one could argue that the Ethereum Pepe launched it because of the BRC-20 Pepe. I don't know. But the BRC-20 Pepe was out before the Ethereum Pepe. It also didn't get as much love as them, but it is what it is. So, right now, it's not about meme coins. I'm sorry. It's not. Like, it still has, listen, memes on Bitcoin still has its historical, you know, hallmark, so to speak. It is the first, in my opinion, it truly is the first token to go on Bitcoin. Why? Because, yeah, sure, you know, already is, but that was from the guy who actually invented the standard. I think the real first token is the first one who first adopted it, if you understand what I'm saying. So memes on Bitcoin, I think if you're into that kind of stuff, well, it's actually unique in that regard, for sure. It's the first true BRC-20 token to go on the standard because it was the first one to be adopted, you know. I know technically it's already, of course, I love already, you guys know that. But, you know, you asked me about memes on Bitcoin. So that brings us to, you know, where are we heading right now? You know, where are we headed? It's like, we need functionality, we need use case. The BRC-20 standard right now, it's oversaturated. It's watered down. You know, and it's pretty much where the Ethereum NFTs are, and I'm sure all of you guys are still holding them bags. You know, I only hold bags of metaverse stuff because metaverse stuff has real value, and I've already built land on top of that, and I'm all for that, and that's going to have its time nearing the Q4, Q3 maybe of this year. But all that other stuff, you're never going to see those NFTs come back to life. Bored Ape Yacht Club, the only thing that'll probably save them is their metaverse. You know, and they're giving their, you know, NFTs a use case being avatars. And that makes all the sense in the world because I truly believe the metaverse is going to be a thing still, you know. But that being said, with the BRC standard, guys, right now it's all about functionality. And what are we doing right now? Like, I want to talk about the Sats Hunters Ordinal. Okay, guys, pay attention, please. So a lot of people are misunderstanding this. They're thinking that how this is a new collection. It's not. What is the Sats Hunters Ordinal? This is a Ordinal pass that allows you to pay 0 fees. Why is that powerful? Why is that powerful? Because there's something called a fee by size, and there's a standard fee that these inscription tools will charge you, okay? And every time you're subjected to, you know, on Unisat, 40,000 Satoshis in the standard fee, right? So if you inscribe 25 inscriptions, which is a bulk inscription, they're going to charge you 40,000 Satoshis. And then the fee by size is even larger than that, okay? You know, that depends on if you're inscribing, say, an image. That's going to be even more because those files are larger. So they take a percent. The fee by size is a percent of the network fee, okay? And when you put larger files on, the network fee or the miner fee is going to be larger. So that is like a compounding fee that's always charged to you. And if you own a Sats Hunters Ordinal, bro, you are never going to have to worry about that. Now, imagine when networks are, you know, 400, 500 Sat VB. Most people are like, oh, fuck, bro, well, I'm not going to inscribe now because it's too expensive. But if you own a Sat Hunters Ordinal, you're actually, your expenses slashed. So that 500 Sat VB is not a true 500 Sat VB to you because you're not now indicative or subjected rather to the fee by size, which is where they make most of their money. And it's like, yo, bro, here, take this. You never have to worry about that. Furthermore, okay, if you guys understand BRC-20 mints, right? I'm coming from the guy who showed you guys this first here on this platform, okay? This is not me just like coming out of nowhere and making this up. I understood the problems there. I understood that fees is an issue. We all talk about this, guys. Let's think about it. How many times have we said, oh man, fees are too high? Well, you have this now. That's going to help you a lot more now. You don't have to worry about that on that regard, on the service fee. Now, obviously, the miner fee is something else we're trying to work on in the background, and we think we may be able to come with a solution. But right now, we have a definite solution, right, for that, which is the service fees, and that's saving you guys a lot. Now, how do you calculate your gains? Your gains is based off of how much fees you are subjected to, right? So now, since we're saving you money on fees, you're making more XRs. Right? So now your profits on your BRCs, if you pick them right, are going to be that much more. Okay? That's point number 2, bro. So point number 3, which to me is the biggest point. Now let's kind of go back to where we started. So guys, do you know when we actually minted our Sats Hunters Ordinals? It was like, we were like, hey, you know what? We're going to put this in there. We believe in the future of the Ordinal space. And if something becomes of this, we got a plan. And that was the whole rare Sats side. We first started off as a rare Sats, you know, project. And then we wanted to do this privately where we tapped into the ability to find our own rare Sats, but that was a manual process. And we told you guys, look, we're actually going to create a commercialized product. You know, a commercialized product. And I even said it in the videos. You know, I did my second video I uploaded. I chopped it up really nicely and I showed you guys the dates. And this was back in January, February, March, or April. And I said, you know what? We're going to become a commercialized inscription tool. Okay? And this is the things we're going to do. And in that video, months ago, March, whenever that was, 7 months ago, I said that how we're going to allow you to inscribe your own rare Sats. You know, you're going to get 20% of the BTC rewards. You know, you're going to pay 0 fees, ordinals, and shit's going to be a form of payment. And when I come and I show you guys, after months what I've done, people like, it's a money grab. So you're trying to tell me how I delivered on my commitment and on my promise is a money grab, right? Like, to me, that makes no fucking sense at all, bro. That makes no sense at all. It's one thing if, like, you know, you didn't see me and I came back empty-handed, swinging my arms like, okay, guys, well, let's go make money. It's like I came and I delivered, bro. So I just don't understand why people are talking all this bullshit. Like, I get it. There's a lot of bad actors in the space, and people want to say, you know, they throw around these buzz terms all the time. Okay, cool. But you know, if you're going to adopt a certain point of view, at least defend it properly. That's all, because that makes no sense. Okay. So now we have delivered on our promise, and just like in any early stage investment, you know, you get into like, let's talk about pre-sales. Have anybody here gone to pre-sales? I'm sure a lot of you have. Round A, right? Maybe 10 cents. Round B, maybe 20 cents. Round B, maybe 30 cents. At the beginning, 0.01, nobody had an issue with that. They're like, okay, cool, yeah, we'll get it. We believe in you, Francis. We know you. Some people probably just like the idea. They didn't know me. They were okay with 0.01. It was an idea. It was a thought. It was on paper. Who knows if I could have delivered? And I'm on the verge of delivering. That idea has now become reality. How is it going to still be 0.01? And as a matter of fact, I was told from my administrators, my admins, that a lot of the community members were asking, hey, is it going to be the same price? Right? Is it going to be the same fee? And I was debating. I mean, I don't care. I don't mind. You know, but when we really looked at it, it was like, how do you have the same price from something that was nothing but words on idea to an actual technology now? That's not how early phase investment works. So, you know, it went up 50%. Sure, the valuation is worth more, and I'll tell you why. In a second, you know, it went up by 50%, and people want to look at, oh, it's $700. Well, what happens if Bitcoin went down to like 10K? I guess it would have been like $300. So you guys are looking at the dollar value when you should be looking at the Satoshi value. That's how you have to think moving forward. Satoshi value, 0.01, 0.015. Not $700 this dollars, because Bitcoin could go down or it could go up. I can't control either one. All I can control is the Satoshi unit value. Okay, so let's talk about why it's undervalued and why it's intrinsic value. And what's the meaning of intrinsic value? Intrinsic value essentially means a project, asset, company, or whatever, a business, current market value does not reflect its future value. Okay, now pay attention to this. Smash the like buttons, please. I'm out of breath over here. So back to my other example, right? The Sats Hunter inscription service providing tool now enables you to inscribe for free. Okay? Service fees. So as I explained, 35,000 sats, it's a fixed price. So it's 1,400 sats per inscription. 1,400 times 2, 2,800. 1,400 times 3, I think that's 3,600 if my math is right, whatever. All the way up to 25, which is 35,000. Now, if you were to inscribe bulk inscriptions at, say, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, it's still 35,000. So it's a fixed price. Fixed fee rather, okay? And mind you, this is without the larger fee, which is the fee based by size. There's two service fees, the standard fee, the fee based by size. Number 2, which is much bigger than the service fee. But we're only going to talk about the service fee. So this is a very conservative estimate, okay? So now it's 35,000 Satoshis. We are now charging people to get our ordinal to get 0 fees, okay? 0.015 or 1,500,000 sats. That's what that works out to, 0.01. The 0.0 represents, you know, 10 millions in the tens, and then the 1 represents the 1,100,000, goes down, right? So 1,500,000 Satoshis. If you divide that by 35,000, okay, you're getting about 43. That means all you need to do is inscribe 43 times to get back your 0.015. That's what intrinsic value is. Right? Where you can actually make back from this asset if it's undervalued. Tell me what JPEG does that for you. Right? And you'll be like, okay, bro, well, that's good to save gas. Well, either it's like, why do you want to give away your Satoshis to another inscription service provider for nothing, where they're already more expensive than us by 40,000 sats? Well, by 30% more. They charge 40,000 sats, we charge 35,000, 30% discount. Why do you want to just give away your Satoshis for no reason? It's stupid. It doesn't make any economic sense, right? So you get that back, and any other inscriptions after that, when you use our tool, it's like saving sats in your pocket. So some people will be like, oh, do you give it to us? I don't need to give it to you because I'm not taking it from you to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like counterproductive. Okay, well, let's charge you it. Okay, it goes into our wallet so I can give it back to you. No, hold the ordinal. That way you don't gotta give it to me. You just save it, bro. So that compounds on its own. Because if you didn't have that in your wallet and you were using our tool, well, we'll be taking that from you. If you didn't have that in your wallet, or if you weren't using our tool and you're using another inscription tool, you're giving them even more sats, bro. Okay, and furthermore, even without the ordinal, even without the SHNT token, we are already cheaper than Unisat and most of the other inscription service providers out there by just using Bitcoin. So if you don't want to fuck with our SHNT token, if you don't want to fuck with our ordinal, fine, go ahead. We don't mind. You could still use it and it's still cheaper. And furthermore, it's like for us to create utility and value in a space with a tool that actually is used the most. It's not like if we created some, I don't know, I don't even know what to think of on the spot, some whatever tool or utility for something that could only be used every now and then. I think if you're in the ordinal space, dude, at some point you're going to have to inscribe. Right? At some point, you're going to have to inscribe. So to know that how we actually made utility and tied that into something that's used the most in the space is tremendous. That you have access to 24/7 a day. Right? So come on, man. Put some respect on our names. Like, and dude, it's in an automated, decentralized way. Okay, and you guys can calculate the math to see if these numbers are, you know, firm, and I'll obviously make videos on that. But if I try to make that into the same video of the use case, dude, you guys already saw that first video was 21 minutes long. Okay, it will get to like be an hour, bro. So I have to chop them up very slowly and try to explain them, you know, one by one. So I could stop there, and then we could talk about the SHNT token, which is freaking crazy, because along the way, we created our own protocol called the chaining aggregated protocol, where it streamlines your token transfer in 2 blocks. So think of it like this. It's like sending Bitcoin to somebody, and it's like, okay, what's the receiver's wallet address? You got that, you paste that, you press send to broadcast your transaction, you wait 2 blocks in the mempool, and then you get your Bitcoin in the receiving wallet address. With the SHNT token, it's the same thing. You send the SHNT token without having to manually create a transfer inscription, because we automate that for you. We create that for you, okay, in real time. And then we plug that together, or we chain that together, or aggregate those 2 transfer inscriptions. Sorry, the transfer inscription and the token balance that you want to send out like this. And then we put it to the same block. And then it goes it like this on the mempool, okay? That's literally what we invented. So please, guys, appreciate the efforts. Okay, this is not Mickey Mouse stuff. Okay, so that way now, why do we do that? Because that's going to save you guys the ball ache, the manual labor, and in some instances mitigate the risk of you inscribing the wrong amount to make your payment, which then means it's not going to be pushed through into our system. So then now you got to make another one, right? And that's not ideal for anybody, you know, wasting time and Bitcoin on that. So yeah, we streamline all of that for you in a 2-block smooth, seamless transfer experience, bro. And we created that, and that's awesome. Okay, so I'll come to the chat right now. I'd love to hear your questions. If you have anything, let me know. What up, Meth? Got a little bit more bald over here, though. You know what I'm saying? That's these last 6 months, bro. I couldn't afford to lose any more hair, bro. But what can I say? It's going to be well worth it for everybody. Yeah, I want to say this one more thing. So a lot of people may be looking at the actual tool itself, right? Oh, why an inscription tool? My goal was not to an inscription tool. My goal was to create utility and value to the BRC-20 token that the community is using, which is the SHNT token, and the ordinal that we have, which is the Sats Hunters Ordinal. That was my ultimate goal, okay? That's why our slogan says where value meets utility in every inscription. Where value meets utility. My goal was to create utility, okay? And what's the best way to create utility with something that you guys use the most, which is an inscription tool, right? And going back to what I said, I'm sure you got, how many times you've inscribed, dude? I guarantee you it's more than 43 times. You can't look me in the face right now and tell me you have not inscribed more than 43 times. I know some of you haven't, but you know, if you're in this field like me, bro, like, dude, 43 times? Please, I've done that like in 1 day. Seriously, doing .sats domains more. So I was just looking at people in my, I was just looking at myself and people's situation, and this just made all the sense in the world. We made crazy utility. You guys are going to see that soon. We're doing beta testing. We're going to go live after that, and everybody will see exactly what it is. And the beta testers already saw, and you know, we're already releasing videos. So, I mean, come on, man. Come on. This is just next level stuff. Is it possible to ban ordinals on BRC-20 in the next Bitcoin update? Yes, could the miner? I don't know, man. There's talks about that, but I think those guys, they're just shooting themselves in the foot. I don't know if it's possible. I don't think it is. Also, it already would have been done. I think they're just kind of throwing that threat out there, this and that. I mean, maybe if all the miners agree upon that, but come on, bro. They're going to go back. They're going to go broke again. They're going to go broke again, okay? You know, and Bitcoin developers don't want to see that either. They're making a lot of money right now. You know, as I said, Bitcoin ordinals is great for everyone. You know, developers are making money, miners are making money, entrepreneurs are making money. Everybody wins. Why would you not want that? Bitcoin actually has real use cases right now. Satoshi Nakamoto himself actually sent the first ordinal in a message. So these guys make no sense to me. I don't think that will happen. If it does, just don't be surprised, but I don't think that's going to happen. You know, all the miners are going to have to agree upon that, and they're stupid. They're going to be working in like second career agencies again, lifting for being bricklayers when they know how to code Bitcoin. Come on, don't do that. You know, developers wouldn't want that for sure. My man is back on the stream. You know how we do it. What's up, Ed Grass? Thank you for joining. Do smash the like buttons. We got 58 people here and only 24 likes. That's not a good ratio. Smash those like buttons. Hey, bro, for someone new to BRC-20, what do you recommend I should accumulate? I recommend you accumulate things that actually have functionality, things that actually have use cases that you could use on a daily basis, if not on an hourly basis. Whether that's you creating your own BRC because you got a cool idea, whether that's you creating a, you know, rare, inscribing something onto a rare set because you got a cool idea, you can do that with us. Whether you just want to mint something, well, you can do that with us. Straight up. Like, I don't want to sit here and think like, look like if I'm shilling my own shit, but come on, bro. It's like, if I think I'm giving value to people, if I think I'm giving here value to people with real functionality, yeah, I'm going to tell you to use it. So you might want to consider getting yourself a Sats Hunters Ordinal or some SHNT token. Straight up. Why? For the things I've already just explained. Straight up. It's not a JPEG you just see in your Unisat wall like this. Isn't he so cute? Let me go talk to my community members about this. Hey guys, when are we going to moon? You don't give a fuck if this shit moons. I'll tell you why. Because it's saving you money all the fucking time. Okay? Just like Bitcoin, right? Obviously we want it to moon, but if Bitcoin is in your hardware wallet, if somebody was to tell you owning a hardware wallet is stupid or it doesn't do nothing for you, you know better. You know it protects you, right? It has that utility. The same is true for the ordinals. Like, look, if it moons, sure, we all want it to moon, sure, but it's what it actually does for you. It saves you Satoshis all the freaking time that you would have given to somebody else, right? So a Satoshi saved is a Satoshi earned, is what I'm trying to say here. That's what it does for you. Regardless if more people comes in to buy it, you don't give a shit about that. That's what we're trying to create. We're not trying to create hype over here. We're creating utility. I hope that makes sense. So I know we're in this psychology, this mindset of, oh, well, when's marketing? And we got marketing coming and we're going to do that. But we don't need new money to come in to make this thing actually successful, because it's successful by doing its utility for you guys, right? The utility it provides is a success. Regardless if there's 100 people in, 10,000 people, or one, you're always going to get that, right? That's my point. So this rhetoric, this, logic of we need, community members, large community, that's bullshit. That's a Ponzi scheme. If you need more money to come into something for it to pump, and that's the only thing that's going to make that pump, bro, that's a fucking Ponzi, bro. That's a Ponzi scheme. Okay? Straight up. And then they'll get you into another whitelist that has no utility, to another one that has no utility, and it goes on until the bubble pops. That's a Ponzi scheme, brother. You could use your shit all year long. Bull run, bear market, whenever you want. You're always going to get no fees. That's not a Ponzi. I'm sorry. So, change how you think, because you have been intellectually frauded your entire NFT career. And I'm here to drop truth, all right? Like I've always been doing. Unpopular freaking opinion, bro. It's the truth. Nobody can't argue that. They may see this, see that. Art, my fucking ass. Where's the real artist at? I want to see the real artists, The people screaming artists, the ones who never bought a piece of art in their life before, or never made a piece of art until NFTs came about. So don't weaponize the word art for your own financial gains. So that's the truth too. I saw a comment there, no comment, but somebody's onto something, what we're going to do next. Stas, yo Francis, been a while. Last time I've seen you live, I remember I was in Israel working in a factory. How the times change. Right on, bro. You're working in a factory, so what happened? You leveled up your game, you live in the crypto lifestyle now. Somebody. Hey, listen, I'm gonna DM you. I know who you are, don't worry. I'm gonna give you some insights onto something. So Adopted by Bitcoin says, always use the Jim Cramer reversal indicator. Jim says up means down. Yeah, I know, that guy's messed. Atomicals, yeah, so actually in my TCL chat, you know, I think it was on day one, on day one when, holy crap. On day one when that came out, I was just telling the guys to look into Toothy. I think it was at, I don't know, 0.014 or something like that. I don't know what the price is now, but it did go up to like about 0.04 something. People made money there. Look, Atomicals is cool and all. I just feel like the mining for degens is not going to last for them, with them. It's not going to sit well. Degens want something quick and easy. You know, this whole mining thing, it's cool and all, like from a value perspective. You know, you take the time to do that and you earn these assets, and that should be more valuable because they're harder to get. But the degens, that's not going to sit well with them. Why did BRC-20s really boom? Because of the degens. You know, they want something quick and easy. Boom, bam, thank you, madam. Where's the next one? Right? That's just how it is. So we'll see how Atomicals ends up. But I think the Chinese got into that very early too, and they're dumping a lot of bags. That's one thing that they do. You know, they'll pump your bags, but trust me, if they're there before you, bro, they're going to be dumping them same bags the same way they pump it, real hard. Okay, and we saw a big dump in the Atomicals not too long ago. Drek says, what's up, G? Love to see you here again. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for joining. You was the one that opened my eyes to BRC-20 and it changed my effing life. You know how we do it, bro. Hey, I don't mean this literal, but I used to make a joke. It's what Conor McGregor used to say. Conor McGregor says, boom, you boom life. I'm like, I change boom lives for a living. When people ask me in the real world, I don't know what to say. It's like, I'm not a YouTuber because I don't think of myself as a YouTuber. It's a platform to reach out to like-minded people and show them what I think is valuable and what you might think is valuable too if we have a shared common belief. Really and truly. But yeah, what I tell people in the real world sometimes is I change boom lives for a living, but that's just sarcasm, obviously. Trying to be funny over here. For the people who are now joining, I highly recommend you kind of like rewind back to what we were talking about in the specifics. I could go over it again once again. Let me know if you want to know anything about the actual Sats Hunters zero fee. The first ordinal that enables you to inscribe for free, making you more extras on your BRC-20 mints, okay? When network fees are high, guess what? They ain't that high for you. You know, they're still high, but then how the majority of the average person is seeing the fees, right? The SAT VB, that's not subjected to you, okay? And all that other stuff. We could get into more detail about SHNT and how that process works as well. I want to hear some questions though. Let me see here. Francis, good to see you. Likewise, thank you so much for joining. Yeah. Stas says, nah, bro, had to change my life drastically. Now I am basically a refugee in Norway. Long story, but well, now I have the time to dig in. Hey, that's the best part, bro. When you're not owned by somebody, and you, well, I'm not about a refugee, but when you're not owned by somebody and you're doing your own thing, you can think on your own. You can actually put that time to figure out shit. So I'll tell you this right now, Stas, do not go anywhere else other than this space. This Bitcoin, BRC-20, Ordinal space, whatever, crypto in general too. 2024, it's going to be the most epic year ever. It's going to be the most gains ever that we've ever seen in the entire space. And I think the true, you know, that will actually start to kick in near the end of summer, maybe before. We'll see. I think we'll see some things with the Bitcoin ETF if it ever goes live, but that'll be short-lived. But we'll see, man. Who knows? I don't even want to say when it'll happen, but all we'll know is I think most people agree this year is the year. But where we disagree is when it's going to happen. Some people say January, some people say February, some people say summer, Q4. But one thing's for certain, which nothing is ever certain, but I'll probably bet a lot of money on this one, bro. This year, it's going to be one of the craziest year ever. So keep your butt where you're at and don't try to get sidetracked elsewhere because you're going to miss out on some crazy generational wealth. Especially if you're subscribed to this channel, you know we already 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps ahead of most people. So yeah. You are in the right place at the right time. What's the best ordinal to buy for the most Xers? Who's that? The money man? I don't know what's the best ordinal to buy for the most extras, bro, to be honest, because that's going to be based off of the most hype. So whatever's the most hyped. But if you're looking for an ordinal that's going to save you Satoshi's extras upon extras, well, it's the Sats Hunters Ordinal, which is pretty much the same thing you're asking. You're asking for extras, right? Well, we are giving you an ordinal that's going to save you on fees when you try to look for the next freaking extra on the next BRC-20 mint. So I would say Sats Hunters Ordinal. What the fuck? Straight up. Like, look, guys, I know for the people who don't know me, like I may curse every now and then, but do you rather somebody with a foul mouth but has pure that's pure-hearted, or somebody who tells you the shit that you want to hear, like a politician, nice intelligent jargon words, but then rams it in your ass last minute? Okay, I'm not that guy. I talk to you guys how I talk to my friends in the real world. Okay, so at least I'm fucking honest. BITPMAP, very good question. Thank you for asking that. Do smash the like buttons. What's wrong with y'all? Okay, let's talk about some BITPMAP right now. Okay, so if you guys ever saw me on Telegram, let me first start with this so you guys know what hat I'm wearing. If you guys ever saw my name in Discord, you click on it. It's Metaverse Landlord. Okay, I have over $1 million invested into the metaverse. Okay, people who know me from my channel, the Metapolitan. I got my TCL headquarters in Sandbox. I own a shit ton of other side land, and I own not a shit ton, but quite a few estates in Sandbox that are already built and some that are about to be built. So I have skin in the game, to say the least. So what I would say is BITPMAP. I'm all for BITPMAP. I own quite a few BITPMAPs, not the most, not the least, quite a few. I got their token, the BMTP, all that stuff, and I think BITPMAP is a really nice concept, really cool concept. But I also think that BITPMAP, you know, there's a lot of pump in BITPMAP was from the Chinese who came into the BRC-20s a little bit later. A lot of the third or second wave people who came into the BRC-20 industry a little bit later after the OG coins like Ordi, memes on Bitcoin, you know, what do you call it, Pepe, you know, SHNT, and all those other ones, and they were looking for the next big thing. And going back to what I've already addressed in this live stream, if a bunch of people were to go and buy something, it's going to go up in value, right? I think we all could agree on that. Whether that's if I convince, you know, a province in Canada to go buy the peso, on the graph, you're going to see the Mexican peso go up, or the Indian rupee go up. Now, I'm not saying that's the case here with BITPMAP. All I'm saying is, look, I have an extensive amount of knowledge and money invested into this, and the concept is amazing. I like the new blocks and all that kind of stuff. The transactions is, you know, it makes up all the land or whatever the heck it is. All that's cool. But to have a metaverse, in the end, bro, it's a long time. It's a very long time to build that. Sandbox has been trying for so long and they're almost there. Decentraland's been trying for a long time and they're already there. So I just think the building blocks may not be there just yet, not to say that it can't be. And I think right now a lot of people are going off of speculation and they're speculating. So it's a speculative asset at the moment. Now, this is not fucking FUD. I own a lot of it. As I say, I spit facts. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything just because I own something. But I think a lot of people, they just miss on something big and they want to get the next big thing, so they're getting into that. But I do believe BITPMAP has some good value, some good, you know, what you call it? You know, not game theory, but the way it's designed and the concept of it is pretty damn cool. And I think the guy who's building it knows his shit. And I think it could actually become something one day. But I don't think the people getting into BITPMAP right now really give a fuck if it becomes a metaverse. They just want to make some fucking money. And that's it. Like, if you guys have been in crypto for a long time, you'll know there's a lot of hypes here and there. A lot of this and that. Are we going to still be talking about BITPMAP 2 years from now in the bear market? Probably not. Right? Probably not. Maybe we would if it continues to build and become a metaverse. And look, I mean, I'm not the BITMAP expert, but you know, like how are they going to build this full-fledged metaverse on Bitcoin with the limited you know, size that the capacity that I could hold? I don't know. So I don't know. There's a lot of questions more than answers is what I'm saying. But for right now, people are having fun trading it and speculating it. And that's where we're seeing the pump happen. And yes, there's a large community, but large communities don't fucking build for you. Large community, it's the developers who got to do that. And in order for them to do that, they need funding and they need to be able to work with technology where it's capable. Now, is Bitcoin capable of making it? metaverse? I don't know, bro. I don't know. We'll find out. Just know the game that you're playing. If you just want to make a quick flip, then yeah, BITMAP is cool because people are making money from it. But is it actually going to become a metaverse? I think there's more questions there than answers. Okay, and anybody who tells you anything different is lying to you. Okay, it's just an idea right now. It's an idea, and they're giving out these inscriptions, and people are doing certain things. I think some people are building some graphics, but where's the metaverse? Where's the BITMAP metaverse? And even if they say we have it now, that's way too fast. Like, it's going to take at least 4 years for that thing to be built, minimum. Look at the amount of money that other side has got from their metaverse raise, and they still ain't got no metaverse. Look at Sandbox, how much money they got, and they still don't got a full-fledged, living, breathing metaverse. So if you tell me BITMAP has a metaverse right now, I'm going to tell you that shit's bullshit. Because there's no way you could create a metaverse like this. That's a fact. Okay? So, all I would say is, I hope and I want BITMAP to become a metaverse, but I don't think most of the people owning BITMAP right now gives a fuck if it becomes a metaverse. And that's where the true value is going to come. They just give a fuck if the BITMAP inscriptions pump. And that's fine too, but just know what game you're playing, that's all. If you just want the BITMAP freaking inscriptions to pump, then I guess then you are on the right path right now. But if you want to become a metaverse, there's more questions than answers there. That's all. I'm all for BITMAP. Don't misconstrue my words. I'm all for BITMAP. I'm a metaverse landlord. I own a metaverselandlord.com. Go to it right now. You'll see all of my developments. Metaverselandlord.com. I take that shit serious. That's why I bought that fucking domain for 20 grand. Just like how I take sathunter.com serious, I bought that domain too for a pretty dollar. Those are both two key terminologies in the field. So this is a guy who got skin in the game. If you guys want to go listen to fucking influencers who don't have nothing to offer other than their opinion, go ahead. Those are the guys. The people who talk the most are usually the ones who don't have much to offer. And when I say offer, where's your developments? What have you developed? That's what I want to hear. You know, and see. I don't want to hear your fucking tweet. Anybody could do that. That doesn't mean shit to me. I have no respect for that. Smash some like buttons if you guys like the truth bombs. This is how I became fucking a millionaire, bro. By thinking of my own. By being true to myself. You know? You guys want to... Like, I don't tell you guys what you want to hear. I tell you what you need to hear. That's how I got bald. South Africans that can sell me some more Sats Hunters. Bro, just, what are you talking about? Just, you could buy that on, is Thomas here? If you talk about the Ordinal, you could buy that in our Discord chat. I can leave it in the comment section after. Or you could buy it on Unisat as well. Okay, sup boss, thanks again for all the opportunity. Made so much money, it's crazy. Oh, yo, what up? It's our man, the CBRBC, or CBRC, aka Cerebral Palsy. Yo, what's up, bro? Yo, you guys were asking me about the CBRC. Was it BRC CBRC? I call it the Cerebral Palsy token. Holy shit, get off my damn phone, bro. Somebody keeps on messaging me. Yeah, I call it Cerebral Palsy. I don't know why. It just sounds funny. Kind of like if Cerebral Palsy had a ticker, it would be CBRC. So cerebral, how's you guys like all cerebral pulsing out and shit, bro? Like, look, let me talk about all these standards right now. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't really care much about them. But if you guys do, I mean, like, if people care about it, like, we could add support for this on sathunter.com when our inscription tool goes live. But as of now, man, I gotta stick with my guns, and we're going with the go-tos, the ones that we know that's going to be here guaranteed in the future, which is run by Domo. And Domo is going to, you think BRC-20s are just going to stay the way they are? They're going to evolve, right? Domo is going to evolve it, and he already gave hints to this, right? Go follow, in my earlier video I uploaded today, go follow, what did he say? It was Layer 1 Foundation. That's where the new alpha is going to be. Okay, they're coming out with evolution, and they're going to tie that into the BRC-20 standard. So that standard is not going to stay where it is right now. It's going to evolve, okay? So be on the lookout for that. And you guys are getting drifted away with all these things. That's fine. You're making money. Hey, you can't, you know, you can't tell people not to make money as long as you're doing it in an honest way. But just be careful with the game you're playing there, because you could get, you know, people could get hurt. But hey, if you're making money, go with it. I don't want to comment too much. I don't really know much about it. I just didn't have time to spend on that. It's like I'm cleaning up my own house right now, so to speak, taking care of our ecosystem for our community members, bringing value to a place that needs it the most and functionality. Then after that, I could look at, you know, other neighborhoods, so to speak. But I'm not saying that I'm against it, but all these other standards, it's like, I'm not really that interested, to be honest. You know, I'm just interested in what Domo's creating, and I think that's going to be the long-lasting one, and those are the ones where we're going to have long-lasting wealth. So I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm in Norway, bro. What's up? Cool, cool. Bro, I'm sorry. I'm really green. Well, let's explain the benefits of inscribing, please. Aye, bro. Okay, I made a video on that. This is more of an advanced live chat. Dev, could you find that video? Maybe it's like, you know, it was, I forget the title, how to inscribe or something. I don't know. What do we got here? Oh, Ghostly, Sats about Ghostly. Yeah, I think they're doing great things. Heard about them. I think the way that you could trade and swap your BRC-20 is pretty cool. I don't know if is it decentralized? I don't know. But just for them to offer another way of doing it outside of a marketplace, you know, like Unisat or whatever it is, Ordinal's wallet and what have you, I think that's pretty damn cool. So yeah, I'm all for that. Just subscribe to the channel, bro. Go to our Discord, Sats Hunters, and we can explain more for you there. Bought already at 2,090 cents. Should I sell a part of my gains? You should always take profits, bro. I'm not going to give you financial advice, but you should definitely always take profits at some point, man. You know? The windows are in the car already fucking up. France is on BITPMAP fire. yeah. Kind of went down now. In the Ordinal space, what flaws do you see within that can improve, that some upcoming projects can solve? Thank you for that question. So I would say one of the flaws is, for me personally, it's like I freaking hate just sending on the blockchain. Like Thomas handles all of my transactions for me, so does Devis. Like I just hate facilitating funds. That's just me. So you imagine you gotta do that twice. It's twice the ball ache. So I'm referring to the transfer inscription. Like, bro, if you could eliminate that, alleviate that, or, you know, take away that so people don't have to make that extra additional step, bro. To me, that's a game changer. And that's something we have literally done with the Sats Hunters protocol, okay? And the SHNT BRC-20, not standard, but the training aggregated protocol that we created. So when we go live, you guys will see that firsthand. Our beta testers are firsthand witnessing that. And I'm going to drop a video on that tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be SHNT, the first utility token for a public inscription tool. Guys, that's demand. That's demand. The SHNT BRC-20 token. Imagine if Unisat had a BRC-20 token. Imagine if Ordinal's wallet had a BRC-20 token where you could pay with that instead of Bitcoin, or use both if you want to inscribe. Bro, that's mad demand. So I don't think there's many, if any, BRC-20 tokens that are in demand. Yes, there are some that has use cases, but is it in demand? I don't know. That's debatable, right? Please, if there are some that I'm unaware of, drop it in the live chat right now, or maybe you're watching the replay, drop that in the comment section, because I really don't know. It's one thing to have utility, and thank God there's BRC-20s with utility, but to take it another step up, is there are BRC-20s that has utility, but also demand behind it, because utility does not necessarily equate to demand, and that's what we're trying to do here for SHNT. So, and I get it. Like when we try to explain these things to people in words, it's not going to be understood that clearly. They actually need to use the protocol to experience it and have that, whoa, that was cool. That's sick. And that's the reaction we're getting right now from our beta testers. You know, people like BitAngel, and there was somebody else, I forget their name. They inscribed an image and they paid with SHNT, and they experienced the transfer inscription-less way of transferring out tokens to a receiver address. So for me, that's one of the you know, the things that we could fix in the Ordinal space. That's very linear and manual, in my opinion. And we were able to invent that. So again, we started off as just being a rare SAT public inscription tool, and we said, you know what? I don't think that's good enough. Let's go full-fledged. Since I was the first person to bring BRC-20 to YouTube, we need to add it to these regular inscriptions like BRC-20, like text, like .sats. And I was also the first one to bring you .sats domains as well, by the way. And also images, you know. And then we said, you know what? How can we make their life easier by facilitating these BRC-20 tokens? Because I'm telling you the truth, I've always looked at through my lens, like, and through your you know, thinking about you guys. And for me, because I'm one of you guys, you know, I'm an investor like you guys, I didn't need a bunch of subscribers to make money to show people BRC-20s. That's what people do it, right? You guys are a resource for them. Why? Because when they have you, they get promoters to come on their channel. They get paid to talk about a project. For me, I'm like you. Why? Because anybody, any motherfucker could have found BRC-20s without a large following. See what I'm saying? This is what I see. I am you. So when I'm thinking about myself, I'm thinking about you as well, because I am you. And for me, it was like, how can I make this easier for them by taking away the need of a transfer inscription, which we thought was impossible because the BRC-20 standard, you know, you're going to have to do that. Or so we thought. We talked to our dev. He said, look, let me see what I can whip up. And sure enough, you know, he came up with this cool ass chaining aggregated protocol, and we tested it. It worked. Put in the beta testing, it worked. However, I will say this much, smash the like button. Right now, the SHNT payments is not enabled for BRC-20 tokens, and I'll tell you why. Because you could use that for files, which is images. You could use that with rare sats, which is cool. With text, you could use that with what's the other one there? .sats domains, but not BRCs. Why? Because think about this. When a hot mint is announced and everyone's like, yo, bro, check out this project. Yo, mint right now, 5%. Only, still 95% left. Everybody rushes to it. And then you got to make a transfer inscription. Wait 2 blocks for that to arrive. And then you can send your tokens to pay for it. By that time, you probably missed on the mint. So at the time, we didn't know if the chaining aggregated protocol was possible, and this was coming down to the tail end of the development. So we're like, oh shit, okay, we want to add it. But sure enough, during that time, we realized and we tested that how our devs told us, look, it's possible. And we tested it and it does work. But we will add it, you know, in V2, which is going to be less than 1 month when we're live, 2 BRCs, or probably even before that. You know, we'll see. We don't want to sacrifice any sort of, like, not security, but mishaps for convenience and squeeze it in when we go live. But we definitely are going to have that very, very shortly and supported for BRC-20s. You know, but we weren't sure at the time if it was possible. But since now that we know this, we will most certainly support that. So rest assured, BRC-20 tokens will be supported by SHNT token and the aggregated chaining protocol, or chaining aggregated protocol, however you want to put it, in which we invented. Okay. I'm late here, so not sure if this was asked. Can I connect a ledger hardware wallet to Sats Hunters hold an Ordinal? So, no, but actually maybe yes. So if you know how to use a Sparrow wallet, you could potentially send Ordinals there. If you know how to use it though, or you can mess up to and burn it in your miner fees, and then you can use a hardware wallet that way through Sparrow wallet, like an MK4. I believe a ledger is supported as well, but that is a technical way of doing it. Unless, only if you know how to do that, I would recommend doing such things. Hands ready to wave in the metaverse. Okay, where are we? What's the next trend? A very good question. So I haven't been focusing on the next thing right now because I got my thing right in front of me, which is the next thing. You know, I got to make sure that how, you know, everything works fine. You know, everything's smooth and this and that. And then I'll get back into all of that. But I can tell you guys this right now. I believe the Lightning Network is going to have something to do with BRC-20s, and that could be the next big thing. And this is coming out of Domo's mouth. And he already said this from day one when he introduced the BRC-20 standard in that Git book. He said that how Lightning Labs is an unequivocal way of doing this. So he always had his eyes on the Lightning Network and incorporating that some way on BRC-20s. And in a Twitter video that surfaced about, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, he was at a press conference and somebody recorded him and they asked, what can we expect from BRC-20s? And he himself, Domo himself, not my opinion, said that how we could expect BRC-20s to be integrated into Lightning channels. So my convictions are somewhat confirmed again from the same individual. Okay, and I can tell you guys this right now, if you want the next alpha, I would recommend you follow Layer 1 Foundation, okay, on Twitter. That's what Domo's going to be working with those guys, and I think we're going to be hearing some amazing news coming out of their camp in the coming months. So, you know, and also the alpha will be on my channel and within the Sats Hunters ecosystem and Discord as well. BRC 420s. What's that? How to smoke weed in the metaverse or something? 420? Joking. I don't know, man. Look, all these things are new. Again, the concepts are cool. I get it. I like it. Like, the concepts are very, it's creative. And if, let's just say for argument's sake, BITPMAP is like, yeah, it's cool. It's going to be a metaverse and everything's going to flourish in that way. Then the BRC 420s make sense. Because you're going to need assets in the metaverse, right? And if that's what they're creating, then cool. That's going to be needed. But, you know, to ask for an opinion on something right now that just came out fucking yesterday, it's like, bro, you know what I mean? And, so many things are just popping up like every day. So it's like, you can't really give yourself, I can't give you a firm opinion on something. I'll be intellectually frauding you. So I don't want to do that. But if we want to do it in argument's sake, play devil's advocate and say that how, yeah, well, this one is going to do well, and BITPMAP is going to be a metaverse eventually, then yeah, then I see BRC 420 actually being needed there, because you can't be a metaverse and have emptiness. Look like the Sahara Desert. you need, like, you know, architecture and assets around you, right? Because a metaverse is defined as a 3D shared environment that has a currency in it, right? And it's ubiquitous. It can be accessible anywhere in the world, right? That's a metaverse, right? So I think BITPMAP should have all those things, and then you tie in BRC smoke weed, I mean BRC 420, and then you have all those things. So yeah, cool. The crypto report, yo, is that guy? Is that guy? Devis, is that him? The crypto report, bro? I want to reach out to you, bro. Fucking right, man. You can come on the show. I want to come on your show. How about that? Crypto report, definitely, bro. We gotta link up. We're definitely gonna link up for sure. If that's you, yeah, I think that's your name, man. Sorry, but yeah, Davis. I think Davis just confirmed that is you. So cool. What we got here? Omni Queen. What market cap do you think? Oh man, look at Alex, guys. Thank you for asking that. Do you guys remember my Alex and my Stacks pick from back in the day? Stacks was at what? 60 cents. Alex was at what? 5? No, well, maybe more at the time when you guys saw it. Let's just say 8 cents. What's it at now? Probably 40. Nothing crazy, but come on, man. In that short period of time, that's multiplier effect right there. Like, we make so much games over here, I can't even talk about all of them because I forget about some of them. Real talk. So I think Alex right now, they may be onto something good. They have a Layer 1 launchpad. The first project on that launchpad is Ordi Games, right? That's, I think, yeah, Ordi Games. That's a really sophisticated high-end project, and they mean business. And those are the kind of projects I'll want to, you know, look further into. So with that being said, and they're doing continuous development on Layer 2. Stacks is going to come out with the Nakamoto blocks and all that. That's going to have a network effect of its own. Guys, Alex is still undervalued. That's what that tells me. Alex is still undervalued, and that's the main exchange on Stacks, bro. Bam, Alex is undervalued. Stacks is, I mean, I know it's a high market cap, but to me, it's still somewhat undervalued. Not as much as Alex, but it still has room to grow. So you might want to look into those two coins before those big things come up. I think we just had a dip in the market. You know, do your own research as always, but it may not be the worst time to look into these tokens with the recent dip. Maybe they might be even bigger dip. I don't know. Okay, what else we got here, guys? We're at an hour. Yeah, crypto report. Definitely we're going to meet up, brother. Thank you for joining on the live chat, man. appreciate the work that you put in, and I seen somebody told me that how you mentioned me in one of your earlier videos earlier in the year, man. I really appreciate the support, brother. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and we would be reaching out to you 1010%. Any more questions, guys, before I go? I hope you understand the Sats Hunters Ordinal, the value and the utility that we're bringing there. I hope you guys understand the actual SHNT token as well, the value and the utility we're bringing there in a streamlined, automated, seamless way with the new invention to streamline your transfer inscriptions and your token balance or your payment tokens all in the same block, where you only have to wait 2 blocks to facilitate and process your transaction to be confirmed, just like you'll send out any other token, any other ERC-20 token, so to speak, right? Well, sorry, Bitcoin rather, with your BRC-20 tokens, right? In a 2-block confirmation. Very, very, very important to understand that, and you'll see my video on this tomorrow, okay? And I think we covered most things here. So, there really much stuff to say other than well, there's one last thing to say. What is the Twitter? So I did put that in my video in the comment section. I pinned it in the comment section on my earlier video this morning. BitTouch Crypto, go check them out. I'm surprised I didn't see you already subscribe to them, bro. You're already normally subscribed to these things. Okay, guys, that's all I got for y'all. It's been over an hour. I got some stuff to do, and be on the lookout for my video tomorrow on the SHNT token, and I'm sure that'll shed more light on the actual use case and how the new tech works. So until then, there ain't much stuff to say other than until the next video. You're on your own. Later.